I received a comment on one of my recent videos that I think lends itself to this spin-off, this video here. My mom and I made a video called MyHeritage, when our unknown Jewish heritage reveals itself. And I was just talking about how we didn't know officially that we were part Jewish through my grandfather, but culturally certain things kind of revealed themselves. And so Mimi Can, who has like a cute little bee with a heart as her avatar, says, quote, "So your Jewish roots come from your Italian family?" I said, yes. I was very surprised myself. And she says, quote, "Thanks for replying. I assumed your Sephardic Jewish roots were from your Spanish origin," end quote. So as I was analyzing that, here's what I was thinking about. It is interesting, yes, that the Jewish side came through Italy, because I guess more instantly we would assume that would be through Spain. And my mom is half Mexican. But it wasn't through that side. It was definitely through the other side, because after doing the math, that's the only way it could possibly be. Not to mention that great-grandmother's last name was Veit, which is a Sephardic Jewish Italian last name, is what it is. It's short for, I think, Vitali, but Veit. But if you Google that last name, Veit, that's what you're going to find. And then, of course, the DNA backed it up. There's other things that have kind of revealed themselves. Okay, well, we never really knew for sure. We kind of speculated. Now we know for sure thanks to the DNA test. What's this video about, though? I shared that story with you as the intro because what it means is we thought we were Italian. Then we find out that that Italian side had like barely a drop of it. Like my mom is only 4% Italian. She's not 50% like she thought. So instead of 50% or close to it, she's 4%. She's not even a tenth of what she thought she was. So that's a surprise. And so knowing all that, I guess I'm asking this question: does finding out our surprising DNA results, does that change our identity? When you find out your DNA is different than what you thought it was your whole life, does that change your identity? I'm asking this open-ended, and I'm going to obviously attempt to answer it right now, having not rehearsed it. Because for me, I always, oh yeah, I'm a quarter Mexican, I'm a quarter Italian. That was my identity, Okay, I'm proud of that. At least I know that much. But then this summer to find out, really, I'm like 2%. I'm 2% Italian. According to my mom's test, I'm 4% Greek. So I'm twice as much Greek as I am Italian, despite my grandparents coming from Italy and having Italian last names and speaking Italian. So does that change my identity, who I am? For me, it doesn't. For me, it enhances my identity to learn who I am from a different perspective. Does it change me on the inside, though? Does it change my internal identity to know that? Yes, I feel absolutely. That's not a bad thing. I accept that. I think that part of the human experience and being relevant to a society and even relevant to yourself is that you're constantly evolving as a person. You're maturing in certain ways. You're learning more about yourself. You're learning more about other people. You're becoming more emotionally intelligent. That's important. So I'm totally cool with learning that I'm really not Italian, but instead I was part Jewish and part Middle Eastern on that side. I'm totally cool with learning that. I celebrate that. Does it change my identity? I guess in some ways it does. It changes my perception of who I am, because now I get to celebrate these other parts of my ethnicity that I didn't know I had before for a fact. So I guess in some ways maybe when you find out surprising DNA tests, it does change your identity to a certain degree. At least your perspective, your perception of your identity, it changes. It doesn't change, obviously, physically who you are, but I think it changes your perception. And I think that's part of the fascination with taking these DNA tests, is that we think that we know who we are. Then we take a test and we find out, well, not exactly, you're this other thing instead. That enhances our identity more than changes it, I guess would be my unrehearsed answer. And I think that's part of the fascination with the DNA test. We may not be able to change who we are. We may be completely confident in who we are, like I am, but then we get to still enhance our perspective of our identity. And that's fun. so we want to take the test and enhance our identity. But what about you? Do you think that the results of a DNA test change your identity? Or do they enhance it? What do you think about it? That's what matters. Your perception matters more than mine.